I think we got a lot of power states. I think Florida obviously is going to be showing up big. Hopefully we got some good Georgia players in there. Didn't see a lot of them joining in, but I think we'll definitely see some reps from there. So here we go, getting right into it. Wolf and Diddy Kong. Pretty strong characters overall. Now, where are your thoughts on Diddy Kong these days, Ned Big B?
You know, I feel like Diddy Kong's a little bit of a sore subject for me as a Mario and DK player. I think Diddy Kong has been somehow changing a lot recently. I feel like he's definitely a little bit more of a character you'll see in tournaments a bit more recently compared to when the game first came out. I feel like the meta has adapted really well with Diddy Kong. But he definitely likes to pull those bananas, and that's frustrating.
Oh, yeah. I think, bananas are really the name of the game for a lot of Diddy Kong players.
Very true.
You can zone with them, you can trap with them, just be really pesky with them, and he's already very pesky with his aerials, so having that extra projectile can be really rough. I think, we didn't even mention the infinite yet. That can always come into play. Is that still a thing, or did that get patched out? I can't remember now.
I know it got patched out at one point. I don't know if someone, but people always figure things out. So
right.
Be something new. Something that I think is interesting that might give us a little, I don't know, just a fun fact about the player Raskol here. He's playing with the tag Estrella, which in Spanish stands for star. So that means he got the star kill animation. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but he has the first stock lead over Dany.
Yeah, I think Wolf is a really strong character, even on Wi-Fi, where he has these kind of massive hitboxes, to be honest, where it just covers a lot of area. And even if he's not always in your face, he has a very solid defensive game, too. So, whoever's at the lead in this matchup probably has a big advantage just based on how they play. But yeah, Raskol is just kind of going in, going hard, still living at 152, making that every little bit count.
Yep. And I think something that's interesting about, I feel like Diddy Kong's very much of somewhat of a rush down, pressuring character. And one of the things I love and hate at the same time about Wolf is his neutral B just shuts down those types of characters really, really well. But okay, Dany not quite getting that next stock, but there it is. Evening up the game a little bit. We got a 103% lead on Estrella, aka Raskol.
Wow, using the banana against him, I almost thought I was going to kill, because Diddy Kong, not a very heavy donkey.
True, very true. Something that I always think is interesting is how Wolf's neutral B has that hitbox on the actual gun. It always trips me up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you try and, rush in, like, he's going to throw a fireball. I can just come in, jump over it, but nope, here's the blade.
Yep.
That's the real blade beam, am I right?
That's the power of German engineering.
Oh my gosh, I'm flying off there.
All right.
Here we go. It's a full stock lead, but like I've seen Diddy Kongs make this,
Very true.
Dany can do it, but
I believe in Dany.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about both characters and a lot of wow.
Visceral.
That I think I would agree. That's pretty visceral.
I mean, that's
something
Go ahead.
Sorry, you go first, my friend.
I was gonna say, I think that's the classic Wolf move is bait in, dash back, F smash. It's so strong. You don't expect it at the time, and you can die really early, as we just saw.
Yep. And I think that's almost kind of that's kind of true almost of Wolf and Diddy Kong. Both those characters kind of rely on moving so much and throwing out so many hitboxes that they make you freak out because you're like, I don't know what to do. I want to press these buttons and hit that person. And so what they do is they do bait you to overextend really, really well. And they punish you really, really well on those overextensions. So solid play by Raskol for sure.
Yeah, I think that's, really good Wolves can have this sort of bait and punish style where they'll, get off to an early lead or just use their pressure to make it feel like they're always being super aggressive. Then they'll just fall back just a little bit, just enough to where they can, do that dash back F smash or just bait you into doing something else. And I think the laser's a core part of that gameplay as well, where it's this, kind of pesky projectile. It seems kind of slow. It seems kind of linear. But it can be really annoying, especially when you have a bit of delay with the Wi-Fi. Did you ever see a character switch for even more projectiles?
Very true. I wonder if that's going to be a Wi-Fi strat, because I feel like when you go to a physical tournament, maybe more so it happens in pools, but you often see when people lose, they don't necessarily switch immediately. So I wonder if that's more of, something that you might see a little bit more on a Wi-Fi tournament, is people switching characters, having more options. I mean, part of that's just the game itself, but
yeah. No, I think that's sort of what I was saying earlier. Is a lot of people have this Wi-Fi main. Oh my gosh, not going to work out though. Raskol losing that stock. But yeah, having like a character you can switch to, not only to have the Wi-Fi gods be more in your favor, but also just something where you can deal with a specific character. I think if you have to face characters that are very strong on Wi-Fi and your main is not very good against them, having a backup that can help swing that match in your favor can be really, really useful.
Right, that's a very good point. Something about Toon Link and Young Link and all the links is I always think about their bombs. And me being a snake main, I always know, like, okay, grenade is like 2.5 seconds, so it's gonna blow up soon. Whenever I see their bombs definitely take a little bit longer than 2.5 seconds. So
right.
It always trips me out.
Yeah, I think it's if you can play really defensive on Wi-Fi, having a lot of projectiles can be very, very useful for you. But I think against a character like Wolf, like he deals with projectiles really well as a reflector, but also can like rush you down and still has pretty big hitboxes to get around as well. So it's not working too well for him, and it could be a 3-stock if he gets like one more combo and then a big read.
Yep. Totally.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, and I think also another thing that some of these Wi-Fi games have in place is that people are going to make mistakes, and Wolf's really good at punishing mistakes. So if you have a Wolf that has a really good punish game, one mistake can not only do a lot of damage, but could potentially end your life if he gets a good read on you. Ooh. Oh, going real hard.
Oh.
I don't know if he needed to charge it that long.
Just in case.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
Another thing is, missing those small, tiny timings thanks to a little bit of input lag, right?
Right.
Nair?
Just
oh
Nair.
My gosh.
Just Nair.
That's all I needed.
Listen. People say, how do I play Wolf? And all I tell them is Nair. That's all you need. That's not true. Good games from Dany and Raskol. Dany coming out 2-0 over Raskol. Good plays from all of them, honestly.
Yeah, I think the character switch maybe threw Dany off a little bit at the start, but I think he adapted really well to really dominate that last game. I think, he didn't overextend. I think he used a lot of his strong options very well, and Raskol did not really have an answer to get around him, unfortunately.
Right, totally. Well, if you were just joining us on the stream, I'd love to introduce myself again. My name's Ned Bigby, and I'm here joined with my fellow commentator.
This is Big Play.
Oh, man. And we are so excited to be